When was the last time you felt like this? Usually, we feel like this when we're not taking care of ourselves. Sometimes they can even happen at the strangest moments. Have you ever been to a concert surrounded by people, music playing, lights flashing, and everyone was just singing along to the songs? I have always loved concerts. They brought this type of unexplainable adrenaline upon me, and no matter what, I would always leave with amazing memories. Whether it be with friends or family, it would just be an adventure. I remember early September 2024, I was at a concert, and everything was amazing. It felt electric, but it felt like I was sinking. There was some sort of weight on my chest. And well, this was me throughout July, August, and September 2024, which was the time I was taking care of my grandmother. It was a time that taught me how crucial self-care is and how easy it is to lose sight of our own well-being. Growing up, I was very close with my grandmother. She made sure I was always taken care of. Sure, she made the amazing food and never let me go home hungry, but she also made sure I was taken care of by really teaching me how to take care of myself. She taught me that taking care of yourself wasn't just about eating right. It was about feeling seen, supported, and valued. And so after she basically raised me, I knew that I had to be there for her in the same exact way. And let me tell you, I was nowhere near her level of caregiving, but I did my best. But throughout that time, something felt different. During that time, I constantly just felt empty. There's no other way to describe it. And the more I tried to act normal, the more empty and tired I became. It was like this weight was pulling me down. Even when I did things that I loved, like going to the mall with friends, walking to get a Slurpee, or even just watching a movie, felt impossible. Everything was clouded by this weight, this overwhelming weight. And eventually, it would spill out in unexpected ways. I'd lash out at people who were just trying to help me, or even just tried talking to me. I hated it. I didn't know how to manage it. I thought I was by acting normal, not showing any emotion. But that wasn't until later that I realized stress takes over your entire body. It doesn't just live in your mind. It bottles up, and as much as it bottles up, the harder it becomes to focus on anything. It's like a disease that spreads until your entire body is completely burnt out. A study done in October 2024 at the University of Toronto shows that in the past 12 months, a staggering 69% of Canadians experience symptoms that can develop into burnout. What burnout is basically the worst version of stress ever. You're constantly tired, have really bad headaches, and you get sick often. Usually, we refer to this as the worst experience of all time. So this brings me to the topic of self-care. What is self-care? It could sound scary, but I'm sure we've all heard it before. But what really is it? When I hear self-care, I usually think of face masks, bubble baths, or spa days, right? And yeah, those things are nice, but they're only part of it. Self-care is about a deeper connection with reconnecting to yourself. I used to think self-care was simple. I used to think I was doing it by laughing with my friends at lunch, or watching my favorite show after a long day, or even going to a hockey game. Why wouldn't this be self-care? This made me happy, so why wasn't it getting rid of this weight? The thing is, while these moments of happiness are truly important, they're not always enough to reach what's really going on beneath the surface. I realize self-care is about taking the space and time you need to recharge and connect with yourself. Sure, watching a game is fun, or laughing with friends can be a relief, but at the end of the day, it's not true self-care. It's just part of the bigger picture. Checking in on yourself is true self-care. Just ask yourself, hey, how am I really doing today? And don't lie to yourself. Talking to friends was something I started doing when I realized how much it was benefiting me. I used to think everything I had to do by myself. I had to keep everything together. I couldn't let anyone see that I was struggling. Little did I know that opening up to my friends was one of the best things I could do for myself. When I started venting, I didn't really expect solutions. I just needed to say it out loud. And by saying it out loud, it was relieving all this pressure. It was like when pressure gets to a point where it's about to explode, and instead it's let out by like a river. Keeping everything inside like I was before would have let the stress take over me as a person. The weight would have consumed me. When my grandmother passed, I was devastated. The person who had always taken care of me was gone. The person who always made sure I was okay was gone. And that's when I realized she had taught me about self-care the most. Like I said before, she made me be seen, heard, and valued. And now I realized I had to do that for myself. Her love and care showed me how important it is to nurture our own well-being. And even though I couldn't lean on her the way I had before, I began to realize you cannot control nor ignore your emotions. Now I want to make this very clear. Self-care is not selfish. It's necessary. What I mean by this is, think of yourself as a phone. Every day, you spend all day meeting everyone's needs. You send messages, you take calls, you respond to emails. But eventually, all of our phone batteries run low. So what do? We charge them, right? Otherwise, they just shut down. We are just like phones, if you think about it. We need to be recharged to function at our best. I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you took some time just for yourself because you needed it? Not because anyone's telling you, just for you. It's so easy to push that aside when we get focused on other things. We convince ourselves that self-care is selfish or that there's just simply not enough time. But in reality, self-care is the foundation for everything we do. So I encourage you to just start small. Take 5 minutes per day to just check in on yourself. Be like, hey, how am I doing? Go on a walk. Spend some time with someone who makes you feel heard. Or even just take a deep breath and let go of that tension that you've been holding on to. Self-care isn't just about making big changes overnight. It's about installing a practice where you don't have to feel like your self-care doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we can't care for others if we can't care for ourselves. You deserve to feel balanced, you deserve to feel heard, and you deserve to feel whole. I'm going to leave you with this thought. Self-care isn't just a trend or something we do when we feel like it. It's a vital part of maintaining our emotional well-being. Like I was saying before, you could be at a super fun experience. You could be at a concert, a hockey game. But if you feel that weight, that is your sign that you need to take a step back. That is your sign that you can no longer push through. And that is your sign that you need to figure out what's going on the inside. By taking care of ourselves, we can have more days like these. So recharge your battery, because you deserve it.